Hey, it's time for Football 101. Dave Wyman here from the Wyman and Bob Show, and can't go without diagramming this goal line stand that the Seahawks had. I thought when they came out of the half, Russell took over. He had a 3rd and 9, a 3rd and 8 that he converted. Then he ends up scoring a touchdown, and then the defense allows a long drive, but they just stiffened up down inside the red zone and certainly down inside the 5-yard line. But before we get to the 4 plays, and we're just going to look at a couple of them, I want to look at the play that sets up the goal line stand. And it's only because of the hustle of Jamal Adams and one other guy who came up big on these goal line stands, number 50, KJ Wright. But on this play, this was in the 3rd quarter, 2nd and 5. They had just run a fly sweep on 1st down. And this actually ends up getting them a 1st down at the 2-yard line. So now it's 1st and goal from the 2-yard line after this play. But again, 5:43 in the 3rd quarter. Jamal Adams, this is a play that's going this way, okay? And he makes the play from here. He's lined up about 3 or 4 yards deep. He runs up to the line of scrimmage and times the snap. I'm not sure he wasn't offsides. It was really close, but thankfully they did not call it. And also it could just be that he timed it up so well. It's hard to see exactly when the ball snaps, but it was close. But he just comes off this back edge, and of course, nobody accounts for him because you never think a guy like this, you know, on this side of the defense, and especially when he was lined up, he snuck up at the end, but he was lined up 3 or 4 yards deep, that he's going to make a tackle on the backside, so you just don't account for him as an offense. But one of the guys that really, again, made this happen is KJ Wright, because he was so physical, and we'll see it later, but he took this tight end, Tyler Higbee, and just marched him into the backfield. And so what happens is that, you know, as Jamal is chasing him, the running back has to sort of bend a little bit, and otherwise he was going to be straight in for a touchdown. But KJ pushed him back a little bit, and that gave Jamal, you know, he sort of had to loop it a little bit more. And so that gave Jamal just enough time to intersect Brown, the running back, and make the tackle. And then he ends up getting injured. Actually, it was Henderson who got injured. So they had to bring in their 3rd string running back because their 1st stringer was hurt going into this game. So number 33, we talked about him last week. He sets the whole thing up. And then just looking at a couple of the plays, the very first play, first of all, 92, Brian Monet and Jaron Reed on every play. It was like they had the snap count. They were just clogging up the middle. And Monet, on a play that kind of was a bend play that was supposed to go up in here, he just marches the center back. So he totally takes that side away. Carlos Dunlap comes up big on this play. This tight end was supposed to go down and block Jordan Brooks, number 56, because they're all blocking down here. And because Dunlap did such a good job of delaying this guy and getting a huge piece of this tight end, then Jordan Brooks was able to run through and make the tackle. So he makes a tackle for a loss. And, you know, it's actually, after this, it's 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. And then here's the final play here on 4th and goal. And once again, KJ Wright really is the guy that makes it happen. I think that Jordan Brooks got credit for the tackle here. And also on this one, Monet got a tackle, half a tackle. He got credit for that too because he really made that happen. But again, KJ Wright, I don't know if anybody remembers Rock'em Sock'em Robots, where if you punch and get under the robot's chin, his head pops up. That's what KJ does to this tight end. He comes up and tries to block KJ. KJ gets his helmet underneath his helmet, and you can see the guy's helmet go straight up, and that just straightens his body up. So now all of a sudden that clogs this right here. The other guy is Quandre Diggs, who got an interception earlier. He does a really good job on this tight end, just taking him on and constricting the gap there. So by the time the running back gets the ball here, there's nowhere to go. And so Brooks comes flying in, and he kind of tackles this guy and the running back. But KJ really is the guy that made that happen along with Quandre Diggs. So let's take a look at it on film. All right, let's take a look at the setup play, and you can see that Jamal Adams is up on the line of scrimmage. He started about back here, and you kind of crept up. Again, you can you could make the case that he was offsides, but probably not. He's so quick. He gets across the line of scrimmage really fast. He's got a good sense for timing up the snap. The other guy in this play right here is KJ Wright. And again, he bench presses this tight end back into the backfield just far enough to have to make the running back sort of loop around. So really good job, and that sets up Jamal able to pursue and make this tackle. Here you see Jamal in hot pursuit there, and again, you can see him start to level off. He starts going this way, and then he has to level off a little bit because of KJ causing all this havoc. And then here he is making the tackle all the way over, and this is where Henderson gets hurt, and they have to bring in their third string running back. But you can see KJ back here, the tight end right there that he pushed back. This guy was trying to double team him as well, and here he is making the tackle all the way, came from all the way back over there, 3-4 yards deep on the opposite side. Just a great play by Jamal Adams. Here's the next play, and I should say this, I think I said it before, but Jaron Reed, Brian Monet, LJ Collier, Carlos Dunlap, these guys did such a good job getting off on the snap. It was like they had the snap count, and they were just blowing these guys up, and Monet just blows the center up. So by the time the running back gets the ball, this is pretty much taken care of over here. Same thing here with Carlos Dunlap. He blows up this tight end who's trying to get up to block Brooks, and he can't get there because Dunlap ends up kind of driving him back and just occupying him. And here's Dunlap still pushing on the tight end, but somehow Brooks got through here and shot the gap, and he's making the tackle here in the backfield for a 2-yard loss. And check out this. I mean, this is where that play ends up. It was up here on the 2-yard line, ends up all the way back here, but they end up getting a 2-yard loss, so they're back on the 4, but because the progress stopped here. But you can just look at the push by the defensive line and the linebackers there. And then here's the goal line stand. They kind of tried to spread them out a little bit. I think they thought that would maybe help and free up some lanes. But again, all of these guys did a great job getting off the block. And then here's Jordan Brooks, who ends up making the tackle. But this whole thing was KJ just jacking up this tight end. I mean, he hit him right in the face mask. I mentioned the Rock'em Sock'em robots. The guy's head goes up, his body goes up. KJ pushes him into the backfield. And then the other guy is Diggs. He comes off and takes this blocker on and kind of constricts the gap right here. So by the time this guy Brown gets the ball, there's nowhere to go. So here's KJ right here just bench pressing this tight end. Running back doesn't know where to go. Look at Diggs has already gone around. And there could have been something in here if KJ had not hit this guy and been physical. So just clear that up a little bit so you can see that KJ just is owning this guy right here. I mean, that's just a great job of getting under him and just winning a one-on-one battle. So once again, nowhere to go for the running back. And here's KJ all the way in the backfield. Of course, 33, always on the scene, Jamal Adams. But this is Quandre Diggs here. And, somewhere in here is Brooks making the tackle. So awesome goal line stand. This will give the Seahawks, their defense in particular, a ton of confidence going into the playoffs. Football 101 is brought to you by Heritage Distilling Company, makers of BSB, Brown Sugar Bourbon.